When you think of BMW today, you picture luxury, performance, and that iconic kidney grille. But what if I told you the car that actually saved BMW wasn't fast, wasn't luxurious, and didn't even have those famous grilles? In fact, this little thing had just 30 horsepower and took a hilarious 32 seconds to hit 60 miles an hour. This is the BMW 700. And without it, BMW as we know it might not exist today. By the late 1950s, BMW was in big financial trouble. They made two kinds of cars, big luxury sedans that nobody was buying, and tiny bubble cars like the Isetta and BMW 600, which were cheap but barely profitable as BMW tried something new, a small, simple, but proper compact car. And that's how the BMW 700 was born, built on a stretched version of the 600 chassis, but with a more normal design that IT wasn't a luxury car. It wasn't sporty. It was BMW's attempt at being the Volkswagen Jetta or Honda Civic of its time. And surprisingly, it worked. They sold almost 200,000 of these in just a few years. So what exactly was the BMW 700? For starters, the engine is in the back, where you'd expect a trunk. Pop it open, and you'll find a 700 cubic centimeters flat twin making, wait for it, 30 horsepower. BMW even bragged that it could hit 60 in only 32 seconds. That's slower than some modern lawn mowers. Styling-wise, the 700 borrowed cues from American cars, with tiny tail fins and even a hint of the kidney grille at the front. Just a hint. Not the iconic version we know today. The IT came in three flavors: a two-door sedan, a sportier coupe, and a convertible. The sedan was by far the most popular. Step inside, and it's clear this was a budget car. No seatbelts, no headrests, no radio, and forget about air conditioning. Way to get was a cigarette lighter and an ashtray. Because priorities, controls were confusing at best. The gear shifter had no diagram, switches weren't labeled, and right next to the handbrake were two identical levers. One for the choke, one for the heater. You had to guess which was which, but there were a few surprises: a clock in the gauge cluster, and even a basic fuel gauge. Small luxuries for the time. Driving the BMW 700 today is hilarious. It's slow, it's loud, and it feels like the engine is buzzing right behind your head. The steering is vague, the gearbox is clunky, but somehow, it's fun. This car wasn't built for speed. It was built for mobility. In post-war Germany, it was a cheap way to get a family on the road. And for many people, it was their very first BMW. Behind the wheel, you realize two things. First, how far BMW has come, and second, how important this little car really was. The 700 kept BMW alive at a time when bankruptcy was looming. It gave them the breathing room to develop the new E-Class sedans and eventually the 2002 and 3 Series, the cars that defined BMW's sporty, premium identity. In other words, without this tiny 30 horsepower box, there might never have been an M3, an M5, or the luxury BMW empire we know today. So yes, the BMW 700 may not have been luxurious or fast, but it was a lifeline, a car that proved BMW could survive and evolve into something greater. What do you think? Is the 700 just a quirky relic, or is it truly the most important BMW ever built? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more automotive history details.